I moved into Ireland thinking that it was going to be easy for me to get a house, because when I first got into Ireland, the first place I went to was my college, and from my college I just went straight into my hostel, the accommodation that I had already paid for before I left Nigeria. And so I was thinking that I was not going to have a problem with house search and that everything was going to be fine until my accommodation money expired. Well, not like it expired until I finished college and I had to move out of the school accommodation, because you cannot live in the school accommodation if you are not a student of the accommodation, or you might just have to pay like another plenty money to be able to stay in that school accommodation. Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Damola and I film from Lagos, Nigeria. I film on lifestyle, positivity, HR tips and inspiration. I think every time I'm always mixing them up, but yeah. Now I film on those 4 things. In this video I'm going to be telling you about my experience looking for a house in Daft.ie. Guys, as a student, I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of stories I'm going to be bringing to you guys on this channel about how it went, about my experience all around. Yeah, so please do well to subscribe to this channel so that you can always have a gist and know the things you need to know the things you need to do if you ever have to make a move from Nigeria to another country. An old subscriber, I can't thank you enough for always being on this channel. Thank you. And if you're a new subscriber, thanks for joining me today. Please do well to subscribe if you have not already done so. Just click on the subscribe button down below and click on the notification button right beside it so that you can always get notifications every time I post a new video. I'm telling you some things that will guide you when you are looking for a house in Ireland. So I'm going to be using my experience I'm going to be sharing my experience so that you can know that this is the experiences are different from if you're in Nigeria. They are different, or maybe your country. Now it could be another country, but Ireland is definitely different. The first thing I'm going to be telling you is that you need to apply for a house as if you're applying for a job. So there are sites where you can go to look for a house, and I suppose we have that as well in Nigeria here. So you have to check on this site and check for the kind of houses you want and check for the location and all of that. So now the thing about this is, when you're applying for this, when you're searching for these houses, you're going to have to leave your profile. You're going to tell them about yourself. You might have to tell them your age. You might have to tell them if you're a student or if you're working. You might have to tell them the country you're from in other cases. You might have to tell them if you like dogs, because sometimes you can be applying to a house that has dogs, that has animals like dogs or cats. And if you're not that kind of person, maybe if you don't like cats or you don't like dog, they might not give you that house, because I mean, even you don't want to stay in that kind of house. So you need to tell them a bit of your profile. And once you send this to them, once you write out your profile and who you are basically and what you're looking for, they will send you a message if they like you from your profile. Obviously, if they like you, they'll send you a message to ask you to come and view the house. So that's the first step of applying to get a house. Now, a lot of people might actually get houses without having to go through this website. I had to go through this website like a lot. In fact, the house I finally moved into, I had to go through this website to get this house. Some people are lucky to just get people, tell them referral, tell them that's okay, there's a house somewhere, do you want to check it and all of that. But yeah, if you don't know anybody, all you have to do is to go to these websites and check for available houses, and then they can call you to come and view the houses. Now I'm going to be leaving a description. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description for the kind of I'm going to be leaving the link in the description if you would like to know some of these websites as per you're moving to Ireland and you don't know anything about accommodation and all of that. I'm going to be leaving the links to some of these websites in the description so that you can have a look at them as well and see for yourself. One thing that will guide you into getting a house in Ireland is that you need a reference. You need a reference. So the first time I ever heard this was the first time I went to look for a house with a couple of friends. We're in college together and our house rent was going to expire at the same time. So we needed to leave the college and get a house outside college. So we got to that place and then the next thing, the agent asked us, "Where is your reference?" And I'm like, "What is reference again? Where we have not even, where we have not even moved to the house, or you guys have never told us that we are getting this house. You're not asking us for reference. So please, guys, you need a reference now. How to get a reference? You can get a reference from your college or you can get a reference from your landlord. Now if maybe you got into Ireland and your rent expires, the person who got you into the house, I mean the house owner can actually issue a reference to you for you to take to your next house owner. Otherwise, sometimes you really need to have this reference in place before you're admitted into a new house. Even before you even view the house in full self, they will ask you for a reference. So please take note of this. You need to have a reference, and in doing this, just ensure that just ensure that you're nice to your former land. Just ensure that you're nice to people that are in the capacity to give you a reference, so that you don't end up being stranded and looking for a house without getting somebody to let you in. Other thing I will guide you while you're looking for a house is to please always ensure that you are with your Google map, or that you know the address of where you are going to, because house owners in Ireland will not come and look for you. Jesus, you know the way when you're in Nigeria, I don't know the way it is in your own country, but when you're in Nigeria, house owners can actually come out, or the agents can actually come out to look for you if you are not able to find your way to the address that's been given you. Now this is different in Ireland because you can be like 5 minutes away from the house and you're calling the house owner to say, "Please, I'm trying to locate this place. Where is it? Can you come and show me around?" The guy is not going to answer you, or the lady is not going to answer you. They're just going to wait for you to come and find the house yourself. So this happened to me and it was really bad, because this happened to me on a day that the first thing was I took a bus. The first thing that even happened while I was going to that particular location was I took two wrong buses. I took one wrong bus to another location before I finally found out that okay, this place I'm going is not actually this place. So I had to go back again and take another bus to this location. When I finally got to that location around the evening time, guys, I was unable to locate this house. I kept on calling the guy to please explain this place to me. The guy just kept on, well, the guy kept telling me how I could find my way to the house, but for some reasons I just did not find my way. And that day I didn't have Google Map, I didn't have anything. I can imagine in the cold weather, I was just there looking for a house, walking up and down. I could not locate this place, I could not find the place, until when I was tired, I had to just go to the bus stop to look for the next available bus to carry me back to my house. Like, it was so bad. So please, if you're looking for a house, if you're looking for a house, don't think that the house owner will come out and come and look for you and take you to where the house is. He will not. Oh, he will just stay in his house and wait for you to come and, and wait for you to come and check the house. I'll wait till you come inside and look at the house and view it, whether it's something you like or not. Now, it's not because they're not nice and they feel like, okay, if you cannot locate the place, I have other people coming, so you can just more like, well, look for a house in another place. It's not that bad that way, but I just feel like they're not so, it's not one of their things to kind of like help you in that sort of way. So please don't be disappointed if this happens to you. So for this not to happen to you, please always ensure that you know where you're going to. If you don't know, use Google Map. If you don't have Google Map, maybe you take a taxi, or maybe you ask people around, but just ensure that you're not just being stranded, because that way you can waste your time and you can waste your money. Because that day I actually wasted my time, I wasted my money. In fact, I wasted everything going to go and look for a house without even getting to see the house itself. Now not forgetting that I had to travel like a long distance, taking two buses with one wrong bus before I finally knew where I was going to. So guys, please take note of that. Always use a Google map anywhere you're going to, be it outside, be it anywhere, use a Google map. So another thing to guide you, and don't be shocked when you see this, is that you will see a queue. Like, you can see a very long queue when you're going to look for a house. It's normal, oh. It's normal, but you don't know that it's normal until you have experienced it. So the first house I went to, guys, they gave us appointment. They gave us appointment for 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Myself and my school colleagues, we headed to the place thinking that we're the only ones coming to look for a house. Guys, we got there and there was a queue. Like, if you see the people on the queue, you will be like, wait, what is happening? Like, as if I knew that they were not even going to give us the house anyway. And the queue was so long. That was my first experience of seeing that. If you're looking for a house in Dublin, don't be shocked when you see that there's a long queue for it. Because again, there's a bit of accommodation and housing issues in Ireland. So that's why there's always a long queue when you go for house searches. So don't be surprised when you see this. It is normal. It's very normal, guys, when you see that. What you're just going to do is just ensure you stay on the queue, do what you're supposed to do. Maybe if they ask you for a reference, give them your reference and do your house viewing or view the house and see if it's something that you like. Talk to the agents the way others are talking to the agents, give them your reference if you have that, and then just move and wait for them to call you. And if they don't, you move on in your house search. You move on. So the last thing I'm going to be telling you guys is that you should please do not be discouraged if you don't get called back. You know, sometimes you could have gone for like different house searches and sometimes you even feel like they're going to call you back, and the next thing you're waiting 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, they're not calling you back. And sometimes you even call them and they tell you, we haven't we haven't finished all the viewing. When we finish the viewing, we're going to call you back. Now when you hear something like they've not finished viewing or they are still interviewing people, just go and start looking for another house. Otherwise you won't, like, you just have to go and start looking for another house. It already means that they are not interested in giving you that house. Sometimes they're not always straightforward in telling you, we don't want to give you this, maybe because they don't want you to feel bad. But yeah, when you hear something like, okay, people are still coming in to view the house, know that the person doesn't want to give you the house, so you have to move and start and continue your house search. Now I know that this can be very discouraging and you can be tired. It can be tiring. I'm telling you guys, it can be very tiring and frustrating when you have been looking for houses or you've been going to view houses and you're not getting a call back. Don't be discouraged. Just keep applying and keep going to view a house and keep telling people that you're looking for a house. You will surely get. Now, one of the times I went to look for a house, I can't recollect how many houses I went to look for. I can't recollect how many houses I went to view. Some I liked, some I didn't like, but there was a particular one that I really loved. Now I had gone for, like, you can imagine you traveling to go and look for a house. Now when I say traveling, you're not taking like one bus, you're taking like two buses to go and look for a house. Now you get in there, you meet with the landlord or you meet with the house owner, and then the guy tells you, okay, do you want to view the house? You view the house and you really love the place. Now I really love this house. It was a new house and it was beautiful. The guy told me the price. I didn't have the money, but I was sure to disturb my parents to give me the money to get that house. Then we had like an interview, so the guy was asking me, where are you from, all those questions. What do you do? Are you a student? Are you this? How old are you? Blah blah blah. And I was answering him and I even thought that I was having a good conversation with him, and because we were at point not knowing that this guy, he had this inside his mind that, you, this guy, I'm not going to give you this house. So guys, after we had all the interview, I was already excited. I was happy. As a matter of fact, I sent the pictures to my parents and I was like, you people see the house. I really love this house and it was so perfect. It's not so far from college. It's not too deep. It's close to the city center. It's this, it's that. And I was telling them all the good stuff about the house. That's how I was waiting. So the guy said I was going to get back to me the next day. Guys, I waited the next day, this guy didn't call back. I waited the next day, this guy didn't call back. I waited again for like 3 days, and then I think after 3 days I called back the guy and I said, I'm still waiting for the house. I haven't got a feedback from you yet. What do you want me to do? Should I come and pay for the house? And the guy said,
No, hold on. We're still getting people to come and view the house.
you know, when he told me that the first time, I still had hope that okay, maybe this guy is going to give me the house. Let me just wait for him to get people to view the house. I think I called him again like maybe twice or 3 times, and the guy was still giving me the same response of I still get people to come and view the house. At that time, I knew that this one did not want to give me the house, so I continued my house searching. Like I wasn't to be bothered. I was upset. I wasn't happy because I really wanted a house. But yeah, there was really nothing. But yeah, there was nothing I could really do because yeah, it's not my house. It's not my father's house. It's not my country house. So I had to like move on and start looking for a house to get on to. I finally got one. And the one I got was so stress free. So guys, you don't know, the one you might be looking for, the one you might want might not be the one that maybe God wants for you at that time, or the one that is suitable for you at that time. So it's always good to just be patient and just keep looking out. When they tell you no, no doesn't mean that you're not going to get something better. It only means that you need to just continue your search and you're going to get something that is better for you. I hope you have been able to pick a few things from these things I've shared with you guys, and I hope this guides you actually to be able to get a house when you move to Dublin, or when you move to Ireland. I keep saying Dublin because I was in Dublin. Okay, when you move to Ireland or when you move to another country in Europe, let me know. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you have similar story or if you have been in similar cases. Now guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe, like right now, subscribe. See that subscribe button below. Please do well to just click on that thing, subscribe, and then click on the notification button beside it so that you can always get notifications every time I drop a new video. Yeah, and again, please like this video, share with your friends, and I will see you guys again in my next video. Thank you. Bye. Happy because I really wanted a house, but yeah, there was really nothing I could do. It's not my house. But yeah, there was nothing I could really do because yeah, it's not my house. It's not my father's house.